media, if you post some wrong image or something, it will just damage the brand reputation. It will reduce if they have stock, they have RPO, those are the things. So that's a very critical one area where we have to work on cyber threat intelligence part. So one of the emerging opportunities we have available with integration of AI, we can help or detect that which is real URL or real content we can identify. So of course it have plus point and negative point both that area. Then our network security perspective, defensive side. So we can using firewall testing. So we use offensive approach to bypass or to manipulate rules to do the testing part. Okay. And different policies and document review is available for the security things. Okay. So these are some alternatives apart from ChatGPT models. So we have cybersecurity career is a one model that will help to enhance our career and advice perspective. Cyber Charlie is there for the education part. So we can't use directly ChatGPT, but we can use one this model that will help children to aware about what is cybersecurity in a different way in a storytelling. Cyber mental for professionals like us to enhance our level. We can have a discussion one to one, like what to improvise in terms of skills, learning part, communication with real examples. Then for and for basic and enhancing part, so better scan AI code is available. Right now in ChatGPT, they have just detect. So you will get in website. I will showcase you one demo, and then code security, which is a part of following the OAuth's top 10 standards to enhance the source testing in terms of web application, mobile API part. So let me showcase you. So this is a one website called Yes Chat AI. In that you will get this better code analysis. So you can just put some of the source code to do the analysis, or you can ask just like I have asked one question here, like explain the source code for generating CSRF token generation. So if I give a small overview, what is CSRF token generation? So it is a one part of it, and then you are putting your OTP. So in the backend, it will create a unique token that will not match for other user when they are calling, creating account or logging in. So there we use CSRF token to rectify unique identity. So this is a backend code here explained, but actually in Python you can just ask in Java or JavaScript also. So you just given the one sample code and what hashes that we have to use it and what kind of front end you have to include. So that's how developers will get help in. So let me give I ask you one more example here. So I am getting a pop-up on search bar due to someone injecting accesses payload. I just giving one reference that as a developer, I am just asking that I have created one form or search bar, and here we are getting a thing. How I can sanitize the character and stop the melody reflected problem and asking for a solution. So okay, it is asking some verification. Let's see. Or same thing we can also ask on the different, but this is like a basically mean for it. So here you can see it given a solution on the spot. The developer the steps that we have to follow. Okay, so let me just increase the screen. I think then better to view. Yeah. So the if you see what are the steps is there we take it, and a specific example is given that if somebody is giving this kind of input which we use for reflected access attack, and here it is given how you can encode it. So this is the URL encoding to not able to thing. Second is any kind of sensitive data if it is there apart from HTML special character, it will encode and then submit to the server side. So that is not easily bypassed. Then we have security header, which we call as a CSP in the HTTP header. So it will protect from the any kind of pop-up or JavaScript function to bypass. And then we have different kind of libraries are available in JavaScript like React, Angular or Django, depending on what kind of application we have built. Accordingly, we can take some third-party libraries to protect from access attack. So this is just a one, and you can have one example of DOM-based manipulation. Okay, that is document example. So it's given. So that's how we can use these models to enhance our security development perspective. We are doing offensive bypassing at the same time. We can use AI models to enhance. Okay. So you all can play with this. It's available free. We don't have to sign up anything. I will share you the link in the PPT is already there. So have a look in later. Now one small demo. Let me just showcase with the help of ChatGPT. So yeah. So this is the Hacker GPT is a one model of ChatGPT. So we are using a Python based part, and it is a local machine. It is scan it, and then it will give the step by step like what we have to do. After scanning the target, it is running a local application. Then it is scanning with the help of Nmap tool to find what are the ports are open. And then we are using the here Nikto, which is a web application scanner to identify what is the server which is open, what kind of a URL or backend part is there that it can fetch, or any kind of username and password can be able to create it. That's how we are using this Hacker GPT to identify or get more details. And it will also give sometime a small script that will help pen testers to do. So here you can see after scanning it given some of the endpoint URL directories like some archive, backup, database, some dump. Okay. So if developer didn't have these directives, it is available publicly. Anybody can go and visit this website and can access some database or some sensitive file from the backend. Okay. So with the help of HackerGPT, we are just using these models, and it will automatically creating this step by step method. We are not putting manually. That's one example is there. Yeah, you can see. Then after getting some of the inputs, it is now targeting the backend API. So he just given some input from these are the hyperlinks, and let's see what it happened. And if you got here, you can see API key is disclosed with the base URL connecting. Okay, so that's the one sensitive disclosure we have. Now let's see. So now it is searching what other things that I can do. So here you can see it given that an API was found in the HTML page, which could potentially allow unauthorized access. So that's the thinking is done by the GPT. It's a part of Chat GPT only, because in the backend it is using the open API key. Okay. So now it is just giving some suggestion like search additional vulnerability or create a detailed report. That's some suggestion is giving. So this will help as a offensive hacker, pen testers to do a testing or giving a guidance. So in the initial starting, it help the beginners and the fresher levels. Okay. So that's in a part. I just given a small overview. You can get it. Okay. Let me just run the video. Now it is asking for the like the asking that what is the CPU can be related with this API endpoint. So it is scan, and here this is the code is run. So this is the CV expert is present for that API. It just scan it and given the backend etc password. So it's like a specifically fetching that information. So this is exploit code was present, and through that it able to download the /etc/pass wt. So that is a user information we have in Linux. And there we can see how many users are there. Apart from root, other user details we have got. Okay, then let's go. Yeah. Now you can ask for creating a detailed report. It will give a detailed file output also. Let me just go a little faster to just showcase it. Like this is the command line output we have got it. So we can convert into the graphical. That's not an issue there, but you will get like what is the proof of concept, mitigation step, what thing we have to restrict, what we have to monitor. So that's a small walkthrough is we can do with the help of Hacker GPT. Okay, so this model is available. You can use it, or I can just showcase you one more. Let me check. So multiple different models are available. That can you can use it. Let me just go with. Okay, here we have Pentest GPT is there, so I can just ask. Uh, Give me the steps to penetrate and bypass SSH open port and vulnerable version. So if we have 7.2p2, it's a vulnerable. You can just get these steps how you can bypass at the time of scanning. So 7.2p2 is a vulnerable version. Through this, we can get a user enumeration part. So with the help of user enumeration, we can use a OS enumeration tool, and I can able to find user names. And then we can perform brute force attack, or if any other port is available, so we can try to do further test. So with the help of models, we can get the specific command, detail what to do next, and how we can debug or bypass it to get it. So that are the steps are available. Okay, and some of the associate CV. So that's it is helping for a offensive perspective. Okay, so let's go further. Yeah. Then these are the some case studies that on a daily basis we can use. Mainly for the offensive hacking, we use mainly for bug bounties to automate some of the tasks, identify huge amount of scope of testing. App development is one more area. Lots of new startups are building with the AI based. Bot creation is also one is there to automate, create auto agents. And nowadays, if you see in WhatsApp, we have automate marketing is come up. So Meta have introduced multiple, small use cases that you can do online payment in WhatsApp market. You can buy product on WhatsApp only. We don't have to go on any other platform. So that's how AI is, helping. But at the same time, we have to do the testing also that how payment is secure, how information exchange is happening, those things. Then defensive part. So this is one more, a image base that how you can use security development to create some tool to create some scenarios, and it will create a script for you to check the defensive part. So this is the one part like here we are using beautiful soap and scrappy, including the nmap to scan to create a one scanner tool that will just fetch some of the endpoints that will help in the cyber threat intelligence perspective, because we don't have time or we don't know all the URL links that what are the possible information is published for a specific person if you are doing. So there this GPT models help you to create a tools or work on it. I can also showcase you few more. Let's suppose here we have ethical hacking is there, or we can just go this one. So let's go to ethical hack. Okay. Now here, if you want to develop or create some of the tool, let me just go here. So you can just give some of the inputs like let me just create it. I want to scan the website and find the broken link or URL directories so that I can disable it from public view and add the permission in .htaccess file. So .htaccess file we use in the backend in Apache and Nginx server, so that in there we will define that what are the public URL links is visible for public end user. Apart from that, all other URL links like some UAT environment or development environment, those will be restricted for a specific user or a specific IP we can enable or just hide that. This is just given. Give me automate script in Python for monitoring and scanning. So that's the I have given. Let's see. It is just creating a full code, and easily you can create a small tool within a 5 and 10 minutes. Of course, that's the initial basic build. Now we have to do a little bit specific input output we have to do, so that it will give a very good tool. So it's a runnable code. We have got it in a few seconds. You can just copy paste and then scan it. Okay, so that's how you can do in easily. Or if I just you want just convert the Python code into bash script. So you can just run, it will now convert the full code in the bash script. Now you just need to put URL and scan it. So that's how easily we can convert in terms of development perspective, in terms of enhancing our security, because we have some idea, we have some logic that this thing if I can do, but we don't have any tool or we don't have any specific tool. Some of the tools we can buy and then we are doing for a large level of company perspective. But for a small task, you can use it, and then later you can add in your in-house product softwares if you are using, or you can integrate some small of their activities. So that's how GPT models help us to reduce the workload at the same time for a defensive perspective. Okay,
Okay,
so
sure.
you can just
Uh,
copy. Yeah.
there are two questions in the chat window by Vinila and Pawan Kumar. Uh,
Okay.
uh, can you take these questions, please? Uh,
Let me.
any can I okay the chat.
Yeah. I will check in a short.
Uh, any suggestions? That's the question.
Use that between third-party risk management. Okay, Vanilla. I will take and in the last I got the point. Then I put the generating third-party security assessment sheet. So on the like kind of comparison is what is required expected from the vendor. Okay, Pawan. I will just take this question in the last. I got the point. So I will showcase you or give you some insight how we can restrict for checking and improvising. Okay. Yeah. We'll take. So that's a one part of development perspective, and some of the impact that how AI is changing the future. So these are the some attacks and defense will be a part of future. Just I added an image to give you that cyber warfare, digital war will be one part where AI will play very important roles in terms of data control and privacy control for any of country nation level of security. Okay. Then this is a use case of 5G security technologies. So we are using on a daily basis 5G for telecommunication, but at the same time how offensive and defensive side can be manipulated. So if you see in the offensive side, we can do reconnaissance, identify some zero-day vulnerability, some next generation malware we can create, of some kind of spam, kind of fraud activities we can generate. But at the same time, defensive side, we have to work on the identity, security, backend API, and root cause analysis to work on it. So it's a very broader perspective because 5G technology we are using for the internet communication. Okay. So wherever we are using, it's a part of security control. Yeah. Then future of LLM and AI, let me just give some threat activity. So these are the some threat activity happen with the use of AI at certain point, or manipulating the AI. So just a news snap I have just taken. More story you can read in the below link, where you can get more detail, like how a CEO got fraud with the help, with the deepfake audio steal, and to the 2 lakh US dollar, the he just got lost. Financial fraud, reputational damage will be one part for lots of companies in now and in coming days also. Okay, so that is the one part. For criminal perspective, deepfake videos, interviews is also part. Job scams is going on. So government is also now they have started in the mobile call, that if you are calling, they have started cyber awareness. Okay, we can call 1930 before they are updating in this call. So this year, I think from one last month it is going on. So that's awareness. Government is also taking initiative. Okay, then this is the deployment model. If in your organization, if you are a product-based company, or you are using some third-party tool, using some AI-based models or LLM models. So this is one governance perspective is given. Like, uh, let me go to back. Like how deployment will happen in a different timeline basis. Okay. So mainly for the GRC governance perspective, they will, struggling in terms of license model and in terms of how it is, using the data. What is the data control is. So that step 3 and 4, which is a license model and pre-trained models, there we have to work on it in terms of mitigating risks, identify the risks, and how we can improvise. Then we can implement into our organization or in that development tool that we are using. So that's a overview is given. More details will get into the details, and then a little overview about the co-pilot is there. So if your organization is using Azure cloud or even AWS cloud, so co-pilot help you there. It's just same chat GPT we have. So it will give a high level of an approach how to use it. And comparing with this, you have Bard AI and Google Gemini that you can use it at certain point, that Google and AWS working on it. So it's a specific product, but I don't want to go more in that. You can just see how analysts can help getting with the help of AI and IT admin. So some use cases, like if you want to do hunting, we can use KGuel query or DQuel query or Splunk queries to enhance the threat intel part in this. If something we found as a malicious script, so we can enhance the Yara rules, malware detection rules, in incorporating with the AI models to help. So as a SOC defender, these are the things that we can do. As an IT administrator, you can have a little control on the compliance and device part, like ticket generation, follow up, taking, creating a new policy for new kind of tool is coming, which is based on AI, new privacy part that we have to use it, how MFA can trigger, so how we can reduce the false positive alerts in that part. So those are the things help as an IT admin. Then you can go. This is the service base. So we have Defender XDR and SOC is there. Just for overview, I'm not want to go in more in specific market tool basis. So you can have a read. Yeah. And this is just a one bonus from my end, that if apart from ChatGPT, because I've taken lots of ChatGPT example to showcase it, but on a daily basis, all over the world, people are using a different GPT models. Some of the example you can see, one of the Indian startup, if Perplexity. So that is one we have, which is growing very fastly in terms of the content creation part. You can have a walkthrough, free option is available, so you can have some credits to use it. Then if you go with the research part, we have research RD is there, or Shelly AI that you can use it. creating a chatbot and a work on it. For personal level assistant chatbot, then we have PI or Q key will be a good part. For creating blogs, marketing perspective or your presentation content, then you can use Writer X, Text Cortex. These are the AI models available in market. Some of are free, some of are paid. So you will get multiple list for this. Okay, so this is all from my end, and I will take two questions. And yeah, please, anybody have any other questions, feel free to ask. Meanwhile, I will just take this. Yeah. So okay, let's go with the vanilla. So any solution for the third-party risk management using ChatGPT. So vanilla, if we are using third-party risk management for the third-party tools or a company. So where we can use ChatGPT to create some of the template or reduce some of the task. Let's suppose you have got a list of the questions that you have to fill, and some question is will be tricky, or sometimes the same question is asked by different vendors. So you can just create a database and use ChatGPT to get a holistic overview, because sometimes it's a very tricky question. A little bit enhancement of the English and grammar we have to write it. So their GPT model will help you. In that, you can use GPT, Chat GPT. You can use as a free option. But if you go with the paid, you can able to train or create a specific project of GRC or governance part, or mainly for the third risk management. And there you can analyze to do, because GPT, any kind of AI model, it will analyze as per the threat matrix and risk matrix table part. That if this other thing is matching, then only it will give the score. But as a human, we are the decider. So ChatGPT or other GPT model will help you at a certain level. But the last decision, I will still say that you have to take in terms of submitting the document, in terms of giving the rating, score rating or severity rating in that part, because that's it depends for the business perspective, that some of the business, those are the security implementation is needed. Let's suppose if we require a MFA integration or role-based integration is needed for a specific business, then you can implement. But for some user, they are already using some MDM tool or IM tool, so that will be already there. We don't have to give IM rating. So it will manipulate. And that kind of intelligence is still not yet we have in the AI models. So it will take time. Improvising is needed on those area. Yeah. So I hope you got a little idea on those area. But then we have generation third parties based on the control. Pawan, so comparison we can't able to do properly with the GPT models. Of course, it have some premium features is available that we can put in the Excel sheet, map with the different ISO categories, and then you can categorize. But it's still it required lots of learning. As of now, whatever I have used is my experience. I didn't get a proper answer with GPT for the risk assessment perspective. Like I was using policy for one of the customer, so they ask for the backup recovery, and then I have also try to create one for the security operation part. But it's still it give a generic output, and as a decider, I need to a little bit improvise it, because that will depend on the customer, what customer need as a delivery part, what is their expectation to come up with this thing. So GPT models you can use at certain level to reduce some formatting part, getting some idea, and then you can have to do a little bit modification before submitting the deliverables. Yeah. So that we can use it in terms of comparison and in terms of analyzing the differences. Yeah. And then Okay. As a part of defensive requirement, are there any controls or tools to limit the prompt engineering users to work with the data? Host ideas. Yes, Pawan, we have some of the tools are available in the market. Vendors are in using. So we can restrict even GPT models also. That let's suppose in your organization you don't have to you want to use any LLM models uh, to specifically to use. Like generally, what happen that in organization we have lots of controls that we can stop not to use social media websites, not to use some uh, YouTube or any other specific website. So at the same time, we can also restrict ChatGPT, Gemini also, not to use as a publicly. You can buy a subscription of business one or a developer one, and there you can little bit enhance. So there you have more control. At the end user, you don't have control, but at the time of API and fetching data, there you can control it. So that kind of things you can integrate. And in host ideas, specifically not host ideas, but yeah, in EDR you can integrate those things. That some kind of tool, if it, end user or employee is using, it will detect and give a alert. So that thing we have also implemented in our one of our EDR product. That if somebody is trying to copy paste some content on GPT models, we will get the alert that yeah, these are the things we don't have to improve. There we can restrict. But as an end user, if they're using some personal mail ID and then creating account and then submitting, so we can't able to control properly. So the easy method is just block the all the GPT model main URL through main network. So in company, if they are working with company network, they can't able to use it. Those things. And then we have Venkateshwar. Anyone use the one in real time? Venkateshwar for the Microsoft Copilot. So it have multiple uses. It actually enhancing the SOC monitoring and threat intel in Azure Sentinel part. One is the one part. If you know a little bit about the secure Azure Sentinel, so it's a threat intelligence and alert tool. So there's Copilot is using to analyze the patterns, what are the alert is coming, and then it is triggering that some threat is identified. So there it is actually helping. And then if you go with the advisory perspective, so in Microsoft Azure, we have one section called advisory. There it will scan the full Azure resources and give a list of the identity that these are the security configuration is missing. These are the steps that we have to improvise. Where Copilot is helping to analyze the risk part. So that is the one more use cases of the Copilot in real time that you can use it.
Mukesh, one question from my side.
Yeah.
Is there any AI tool which can helpful for analyzing the logs?
Yes, you can use GPT only to analyze the log. You can integrate with the Gray log, or you can use Wazoo to analyze the logs. So with the help of AI, we can able to identify what are the loopholes, what are the security event is happen, or we can segregate. Mainly log analysis is a very hectic work, and it will
Yeah.
take a long time to identify huge amount of logs. So what we can do, you can just use the open source model Wazoo, forward the logs, and then you can filter out it on the behalf of MITRE attack perspective that what are the criticals, what is happen, and then you can narrow down and then easily you can identify or do the what kind of investigation you want to do. So that will be easy for you to analysis for the log perspective. Yeah.
Thank you, Mukesh. And one request to all participants, we will be sharing a link where there will be one question. Who responds the first two participants will be having goodie from our side, and it contains a good feedback also. Please kindly share your feedback and response to the question in the feedback. That's a new initiative we have taken to use what to know about your learning, all those things. And thank you, Mukesh. It's a good inputs. If any of you have any questions, please raise your questions. Mukesh can take up.
Yeah.
There is a Google form actually just pasted. No, you can respond to the question and the feedback. Okay. And thanks, Mukesh. I think you have covered very well from giving different use cases. Actually, really, the AI started as you know that artificial narrow intelligence, and now we are in artificial generative intelligence. Still, we are going. I think still artificial general intelligence is yet to come. Uh, so
Yeah.
we are still the completely what we have so many commercial AI tools in the markets. So things completely changing. We are in transformation from traditional technology to AI technologies. I don't know how we will be, whether AI will be enabling us to our help and to today our operational things are, and also it may also have some, we can say, some vulnerabilities who can actually we can broke those vulnerabilities and use for uh, unethical practices also. It's a good session by you, Mukesh. And I actually I thank everybody who has participated, because they have got the sacrificed their holiday evening, Saturday evening, and have come forward here for learning also. That's a great thing. And Mukesh, and I think there are two more. We will have a series of sessions from you, and really it's wonderful because we have learned something about AI, different AI tools. Your use case, what you learned, and as a basically as a professional in our day to day as a security guys, we want to use these tools and enable our learning, and also see which can enable our day to day what we are to say on the role to perform well. Really, it help us. Let us I take two more sessions from your side, and we'll have the sessions and we'll schedule it. And also for participants, upcoming there will be upcoming in-person session. We have planned this calendar. We have planned more sessions, and upcoming session will be in person, and it will be on DPDP draft rules. It will be given by Mr. KPMG office and Raidur. So we will be taking registration for the session from the tomorrow. I request everybody to register and participate in this session also. And I thank Mukesh and all the participants for being present here. Thank you for your wonderful evening present for your presence. And I request everybody to participate in the feedback also. Thank you, Mukesh, and everybody.
Yeah. Thank you all. For Anil have question. So Anil, with Wazoo, the Hive will be not sufficient. You can also add MISP, that is a Microsoft incident security part, and you can also add Iris for the incident management. So both are free tools. I will just write down it. You can use Iris, MISP, and Claim AV integration for threat intel with Wazoo. So that will be also, all are free of cost. You just need to integrate, and that will enhance your threat intel and detection power. Yeah.
There is one question from Mukesh. Okay, okay, it's not question, your response. So, shall we conclude here, Mukesh?
Yeah, sure.
And thank you all. Have a nice day.
Thank you all. See you.
See you. Bye.
Thank you.